In the esoteric tapestry of ancient beliefs and mystical traditions, Abraxas emerges as a figure both captivating and perplexing. His name, often depicted with a rooster's head and serpent's lower body, hints at the complex symbolism that surrounds him. Shrouded in mystery and mystical power, emerges from the annals of Gnostic tradition as a compelling and enigmatic entity. His narrative offers a fascinating insight into Gnostic beliefs, a branch of early Christian thought known for its complex cosmologies and esoteric teachings. In Gnostic cosmology, Abraxas is often perceived as a demon, but his character transcends the conventional understanding of demonic entities. Unlike traditional demons, Abraxas embodies a dual nature that intertwines aspects of both good and evil, reflecting the Gnostic belief in the duality of the spiritual universe. Gnosticism, a diverse and often mystically inclined sect within early Christianity, presented a worldview where the material world was considered a creation of a lesser, flawed deity. Abraxas, in this context, is sometimes identified as a ruler or even as the embodiment of sorts to this realm. He is often depicted as having a complex relationship with the material and the divine, a being who holds significant power within the physical world while also transcending it. Abraxas, the god described by ancient Gnostics as the god above all gods, remains elusive and mysterious despite the ever-presence of its name in mystic traditions, occultism, and even popular culture. Abraxas captured the imagination and interest of many of the 20th century's great thinkers, musicians, and artists from Carl Jung to Hermann Hesse, and even figures like Carlos Santana. His name became synonymous with the desire to pursue individuation, the Jungian method of integrating all conscious and unconscious aspects of the self. The name Abraxas is woven into our mythic cultural imagination, and yet clear information about its nature is hard to come by. Described as a demon by some, and the highest of gods by others, it is partly their enigmatic and esoteric nature that makes the mystery of their origin and symbolism so enticing. Artistic representations of Abraxas often portray him in a manner that visually encapsulates his dual nature. He is typically depicted with the head of a king or a rooster, a human body, and serpents for legs, often wielding a whip or a shield. This imagery symbolizes his dominion over both the celestial and terrestrial realms, and his role as a guardian of thresholds and transitions. In Gnostic texts, Abraxas is sometimes mentioned in relation to the concept of the archons, a group of powerful beings who serve as intermediaries between the spiritual and material worlds. Abraxas's role within this hierarchy varies, but he is often seen as a supreme archon, a powerful entity governing the 365 heavens, a number derived from the numerical value of his name in Greek numerology. The mention of Abraxas in Gnostic literature is sporadic, yet profoundly intriguing. In some texts, he is referred to as the source of divine emanations, a concept central to Gnostic belief. This portrayal aligns with the Gnostic view of the cosmos as a manifestation of the divine fullness or pleroma, descending into the material realm. Abraxas' enduring legacy in Gnostic culture and beyond is a testament to the early Christian era's attempts to grapple with complex theological and cosmological ideas. He embodies the Gnostic journey of seeking knowledge and understanding beyond the material, a quest for spiritual enlightenment and liberation. The story of Abraxas, rich in symbolic and mystical overtones, offers a window into the enigmatic world of Gnostic thought. His narrative, interwoven with themes of power, dualism, and transcendence, continues to fascinate scholars and spiritual seekers alike. I will draw heavily on Carl Jung's study of Gnosticism, and Abraxas specifically, as his access to direct texts and his years of study have provided me with the clearest picture of this somewhat ineffable deity. The Seven Sermons to the Dead. Here is an excerpt from Jung's Seven Sermons to the Dead from the Red Book, which perhaps gives the clearest picture of the nature of Abraxas. Abraxas is the sun, and at the same time the eternally sucking gorge of the void, the belittling and dismembering devil. The power of Abraxas is twofold. But ye see it not, because for your eyes the warring opposites of this power are extinguished. What the God-Son speaketh is life, what the devil speaketh is death. So Abraxas speaketh that hallowed and accursed word which is life and death at the same time. Abraxas begetteth truth and lying, good and evil, light and darkness, in the same word and in the same act. Wherefore is Abraxas terrible. It is splendid as the lion in the instant. He striketh down his victim. It is beautiful as a day of spring. It is the great Pan himself and also the smaller one. It is Priapus. It is the monster of the underworld, a thousand-armed polyp, coiled knot of winged serpents' frenzy. It is the hermaphrodite of the earliest beginning. It is the lord of the toads and frogs, which live in the water and go up on the land, whose chorus ascendeth at noon and at midnight. It is abundance that seeketh union with emptiness. It is holy begetting. It is love and love's murder. It is the saint and his betrayer. It is the brightest light of day and the darkest night of madness. To look upon it is blindness. To know it is sickness. To worship it is death. To fear it is wisdom. To resist it not is redemption. God dwelleth behind the sun, the devil behind the night. What God bringeth forth out of the light, the devil sucketh into the night. But Abraxas is the world, its becoming and its passing. Upon every gift that cometh from the God-Son, the devil layeth his curse. Everything that ye entreat from the God-Son begetteth the deed of the devil. Everything that ye create with the God-Son giveth effective power to the devil. That is terrible Abraxas. It is the mightiest creature, and in it the creature is afraid of itself. It is the manifest opposition of creatura to the pleroma and its nothingness. It is the son's horror of the mother. It is the mother's love for the son. It is the delight of the earth and the cruelty of the heavens. Before its countenance man becometh like stone. Before it there is no question and no reply. It is the life of creatura. It is the operation of distinctiveness. It is the love of man. It is the speech of man. It is the appearance and the shadow of man. It is illusory reality. This description sounds radically different from the modern Christian conception of an omnibenevolent God. Abraxas instead incorporates all. Hake is total unity between everything that we differentiate. They are both the highest good and the most frightful evil. Masculine and feminine, truth and lie, light and dark. In modern Christian myth, we have ascribed all that is good to God and all that is evil to the devil. But this conception of Abraxas is a total unity of a world of all possibilities, a pre-moral whole. In this sense, Abraxas seems to be a manifestation of non-dualities, the concept of primordial, absolute experience of unity, an experience of consciousness free from the illusory perception of separateness. This is the state often described poetically by mystics as the ground of being, or by psychedelic users and meditators as ego do-death. We invite you to share your thoughts on Abraxas and his role in Gnostic mythology. If this exploration into the mystical aspects of early Christian thought and Gnostic beliefs has piqued your interest, remember to like, subscribe, and join us for more explorations into the captivating realms of ancient beliefs and mythologies. Stay tuned for more insightful narratives from the mysterious corridors of history and religion.